Hello and welcome to this Member Tips edition of Chat Bites. I'm Jennifer Filla, CEO and founder at the Prospect Research Institute. And today we're going to talk about a tip in Excel where you can convert a date into your fiscal year. So this can be confounding for some, and for many of you who are manipulating in Excel all the time, you probably already know this tip, but maybe this would be a great video tip to share with others who need to learn that or bookmark it. And this tip came express from Chris Zello at the Milwaukee Public Museum. He is a Research Connectors member at the Prospect Research Institute, and he was reviewing the fundraising analytics collection, and he thought this tip would make a great addition to our Excel tips tutorials. I couldn't agree with him more. Thank you, Chris, for making the suggestion and making this member tip today possible. For those of you who are listening and not watching the video, you can watch the video or you can listen, but you can watch that video in the Chat Bites blog on the Learning Edge blog, or you can become a free Knowledge Seeker member at the Institute. Anyone can do that. And inside our fundraising analytics collection, which is part of your free membership, you can access the entire suite of Excel tips tutorials. As part of developing these courses, the free membership is our way at the Institute of giving back. So we create some fabulous free content and we put them into the collections, and that's part of your Knowledge Seekers membership. So don't hesitate to take advantage of that. That's what it's there for. And to share with others who might be able to use that information. So let's go ahead now and walk right through the tip. So we are in Excel. And you can see here, I have a number of dates down the left-hand column and some years. So these are the fiscal years for a fiscal year that ends June 30. So most higher education or other schools end June 30. For here, if I was just going to go ahead and I wanted to snatch the year from this date, it'd be pretty simple. I would go ahead and type equal. I'd start to type year and it pops up. I can hit my tab key and then it's prompting me to put in the cell reference. So I click into the cell where I would like the year to come from. And then here it is, I can hit enter and presto, I have the year. But when we want to calculate or report on things in a fiscal year, how do I get to that fiscal year? This is the formula written out for you. So it starts with the equal sign. Now, if you're like me, I like to just keep things as shortcuts. I don't always want to have to type it out. Typing it out helps you remember how it all works, and then you can adapt that for other uses. But you could also copy and save from the equals, and then all you have to update is the reference cell number, which in this example is A2. I want to talk you through what the formula means. So let's take a look at that formula in the formula bar. So in this instance, I'm considering that the fiscal year ends June 30, 2018. And that's the case for a lot of higher education, a lot of schools, a lot of nonprofits have June 30. But whatever your end of fiscal year, you can modify the formula. So we have if to show us it's a logic statement. We're looking at the month, and then we're pointing to the date field. So that cell reference here is A1. And then we're looking at a month that is 7 or greater. I know it says it's a less than symbol. I'm not exactly sure how that's working. I'll be truthful. So if you know, please share in the comments or send me an email. I'd love to know. Then there's a comma to mark the next function, and that's the year function. So we're looking for a month that's 7 or greater. We're looking for the year from, again, the cell reference. So from that cell. And when that's true, that the month is 7 or greater, then we are looking to add a +1 to the year from that cell. So, of course, how you type in the formula matters. And if you're looking here, you can see that there's a space between the comma and the next function in both these cases. This is partly why I like to cut and paste. I don't use this every day, so I keep it in my little cheat sheet document so I can paste it right in there. I leave it to you. This is really handy when you need to convert to year and you need your fiscal year. I'm sure you've had that occasion and wondered, and maybe your list was so short that you just hand typed it. Well, now you have the formula you can use. Thank you, Chris Zello. I know that Chris Zello is pretty comfortable in Excel. That's why he had so much fun thinking of new ideas to share with you. But a lot of people that come to the Prospect Research Institute are not comfortable with well, pretty much anything that says analytics can make them freeze. And I had an interesting comment from someone who's taking our fundraising analytics course. She said, I was really nervous about this. I thought I would have to know statistics. And I got into the course and realized I'm doing a lot of these things already. That's probably you too, if you have that kind of fear when you hear the word analytics. It's not all stats. Some of it is simply changing a date to a fiscal year so that you can do calculations or provide some reporting. So that is what we love to do at the Prospect Research Institute, is help you overcome some of that fear in analytics and really get a solid foundation. You're not missing out on anything. You have a strong understanding of the math behind it, the formulas, what a database looks like. And this tip is part of this series now. We also have the series inside the fundraising analytics course to make it easy for you to access. And every time we do a course, we provide some free materials like this member tip. We have the course, and then we also have a workbook. So you could purchase the workbook as a standalone. Everyone likes to learn differently and needs a different amount of information. And that's what we try to provide at the Prospect Research Institute. I hope you enjoyed today's member tip, and I look forward to learning with you again soon. Thank you.